If you followed the recipe exactly and your skincare still doesn't feel right, there's a reason for that. And no, it's not because you're bad at this. Most people learn how to make skincare, not how to actually formulate it. And that difference changes everything. I bet you followed some recipes you found online and they just haven't turned out as well as you wanted. You've probably thought, why do my products keep failing? Why does this separate even though I followed the instructions? Why doesn't this feel professional? Why does it still feel homemade? We hear this all the time. Here's the hard truth. DIY skincare recipes are designed to be followed, not understood. And that's why they keep letting you down. DIY recipes usually fail in two major ways. First, they often fail technically. Most online recipes are not created by trained formulators. There are tons of passionate DIYers sharing recipes online, but as they are not professional cosmetic scientists, these recipes are usually full of mistakes. The recipes can be poorly structured or missing critical information or essential ingredients. When the structure is wrong, the recipe doesn't contain the right ingredients in the right amounts to give you the product consistency or feel that you want. The product probably won't even work in the way it's supposed to. When recipes are missing crucial ingredients like preservatives and emulsifiers, all these ingredients are not being used in the right way, products will be unstable and unsafe. Sometimes key information is missing from the instructions, like what temperature you need to heat something or how long you need to mix something. And don't even get me started on how many recipes use baking measurements, like cups, spoons, and drops, which are completely inaccurate and unreliable for skincare products. That's why when you follow recipes, you often get a greasy or heavy skin feel, separation, grainy textures, mould, or preservation problems. These are the obvious problems you'll see, and so many people experience these. But did you know that you can't always tell from looking at something that there is something wrong? In some cases, a product can look fine and still be unstable or unsafe. And unless you understand formulation logic, you wouldn't know. Second, recipes are not designed for you. A recipe created by someone else is not designed with you in mind. It's a generic recipe created to appeal to most people, but not to address your particular skincare concerns. They don't start with your skin type or your skin's characteristics. They don't take into account your goals or your values. They don't know your preferences, such as what scents you prefer, what kind of texture you like, or how you like the product to feel on your skin. Your ideal skincare product will take into account all of these factors. It will be unique to you because it will address your particular skincare concerns, be in line with your values, and have a scent and texture that you like. But when you follow a recipe, you're following someone else's creation. So not only will it not be designed for you, but you'll also be copying their mistakes. If they didn't preserve it properly, then neither will you. If they used essential oils at too high a percentage, then so will you. And you might not even realise it. Thirdly, if you want to sell your skincare, then you need to design your product with your customer in mind. You need to design it to suit their skincare concerns, their values, and their preferences. You certainly won't achieve this by following someone else's recipe. Following recipes actually limits your skill because when something goes wrong, you don't know why or how to fix it. When you want to tweak something, you don't know how. You don't know which ingredient to increase or decrease to change the texture. You don't know which ingredient you can swap for another to better customize the product for your skin type. If you can't find an ingredient, you don't know what you can substitute for it. You don't know what to add to stabilize the product. You get different results every time you make a product, and you just can't get it to turn out the same every time. When you try to scale it to make a bigger batch, everything changes and you have no idea why. And if you adjust ingredients without understanding the structure behind the formula, you risk doing something incorrect or even unsafe. It's not that you can't do this, it's that no one's shown you how formulation actually works. There is a big difference between making skincare and formulating skincare. Making skincare means following instructions. Usually you're following someone else's recipe. You didn't actually create the recipe. You probably don't understand its structure or why certain ingredients are used. Formulating is when you decide how you'd like the product to be and then you create it. Formulating starts with asking, who is the product for? What problem is it solving? What texture am I aiming for? What role does each ingredient play? How do these ingredients work together? We call these product development questions. You think about what the product needs to do, how you want it to feel, and then you design it that way. You select ingredients intentionally to create the outcome you want. And then you don't just mix the ingredients together. You build the formula according to the right structure. You know what phases the formula needs. For example, a water phase or an oil phase. You know what functional ingredients the formula needs to have the right consistency and to be safe and stable. You know the amounts of each ingredient to use. It's not guesswork, there's a blueprint to follow. You understand safe usage ranges so you don't accidentally use too much of something. When you consider the product development questions, deliberately select your ingredients and then build the formula according to the right structure, you are designing the product before you ever make it. And designing the product before you make it, that is formulation. So can you see now how different formulating is from following recipes? Recipes are a starting point. If you are lucky and you follow a reasonably good recipe, then you'll start to understand how ingredients are mixed together. But following a recipe does not teach you how to design a product from scratch, and it is unlikely to teach you the structure of the formula, how to select ingredients, or safe usage ranges. Recipes are a starting point. They teach you a few skills, but they do not teach you to formulate. I just made a skincare formula framework for people who want to stop following DIY recipes and start formulating skincare the professional way. It shows the simple structure cosmetic chemists use to build safe, stable formulations. If you'd like a copy, you can sign up for it below. So if you want professional quality skincare that looks, feels and performs beautifully and is tailored to your specific skin concerns or those of your customers, you need to move beyond just following recipes. You need to learn how to formulate. You need to learn to design a product from scratch. You need to follow a product development process to ensure the product meets your needs, values, and preferences. Then you need to put the ingredients together in the right way, following the right structure, so that you get a safe and stable product with just the right texture and skin feel. Not too greasy, not too thick or too thin, not grainy, but just right. Something that is easy to apply and sinks into the skin beautifully. Something that actually works in the way that you want it to. Moving from following recipes to actually formulating changes everything. You'll create much better products for yourself and you'll stop wasting time and money on products that just don't work out the way you wanted. And if you want to sell your skincare products, formulating a product perfectly suited to your customer is the key to a successful brand. When you consider their needs, preferences and values, you can formulate a product that is perfect for them. A product that gets them the results they want from their skincare. Then you'll create products so perfect for your customers that they will fall in love with them and buy them again and again. Plus, of course, you won't worry about your product spoiling or going bad because you'll know you formulated it properly. So in the next video, I'm going to show you what a real professional formula actually looks like and why it's written completely differently from a recipe. This is absolutely key to understand if you want to start formulating, because once you see that structure, you'll understand why professionals don't use recipes and what they do before they ever make a product.